The Yucca Mountain Site Characterization Project took a first step in November 1993 when it started construction on the entrance pad for its Exploratory Studies Facility (ESF). This pad is the launching point for 14 miles of tunnel that will be drilled directly under Yucca Mountain. The tunnels will measure 24-3 feet in diameter for some and 16-18 feet in diameter. For others, this project will eventually cover some 70 acres of surface and underground facilities. This DOE project will contain alcoves for experiments located along the tunnels. Skeptics have expressed doubts about the existence of extensive underground tunneling and cavitation. They always ask, where is all the dirt? This method of asking a question to disprove an allegation is misleading and faulty logic at best, by the way. Well, one of the new methods of tunneling that has been under study is nuclear tunnel boring. U.S. Patent Number 3,693,731 dated September 26, 1972 describes a method and apparatus for tunneling by melting. It says, a machine and method for drilling boreholes and tunnels, by melting, in which a housing is provided for supporting a heat source, and a heated end portion, and in which the necessary melting heat is delivered to the walls of the end portion at a rate sufficient to melt rock, and during operation of which the molten material may be disposed adjacent the boring zone and cracks in the rock, and as a vitreous wall lining of the tunnel so formed. The heat source can be electrical or nuclear, but for deep drilling is preferably a nuclear reactor. The melted rock is forced into cracks, wherein heat is given up to the crack surfaces, and freezes as a glass at some distance from the penetrator. This amazing boring device is capable of drilling at depths totally inaccessible with previous drilling techniques, even, according to the patent claims, down to 30,000 meters. Scientists and engineers at Los Alamos invented the nuclear tunnel boring machines. They named their new machine the Subterrane. In 1975, A. Matthews, Incorporated did a cost comparison between the Subterrane and other tunneling methods. This report reveals that the initial experiments utilizing this technology were done in the early 1960s. This study reveals that the Subterrane performs its job rapidly and economically. The report states that the economy comes from the formation of a glass lining bonded to the ground, and capable of providing initial and final ground support, without the delay and cost of separate installations. The use of a nuclear reactor and heat pipes to provide power for kerf penetration within the tunneling machine itself contributes to the overall economy of the system and is considered exclusively in the study. Nuclear power is not, however, a requirement for subterranean tunneling. In fact, a Los Alamos symposium held in Atlantic City in 1986 proposed the construction of a subsaline for tunnel melting for high-speed lunar subsurface transportation tunnels. There are numerous witnesses who speak about a subterranean highway through America just like our own interstate highway system, except it's underground. It seems this underground highway uses trucks, cars, and buses driven by electric motors. You wouldn't want gasoline fumes polluting tunnels. They also mention another style of transport for freight and passengers that are linked together in a worldwide network called the subglobal system. It has checkpoints at each country entry. There are shuttle tubes that shoot the trains at incredible speed using a maglev and vacuum method. They travel in excess of the speed of sound. Engineers Robert Salter and Frank P. Davidson of MIT have both discussed and given papers on the Planetron concept for moving people rapidly underground.